episode of Keeping It Real with Saken, and I have special guests here today. So I'll start the introduction like this or like this.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Unlinkable, aka my real name is Zaria, and my Instagram is unlinkable.x.
Okay.
Okay. It's your boy Efi or Ifani, better known as Story of Ani on Instagram.
It's your boy Obi, better known as Obi. On Instagram, my handle is I am ineffable.
Okay. So we have some interesting topic to talk about tonight, and I don't know. I don't want to come at anybody, but we just gotta be real. So, but my first topic is why do women feel that men cheat the more in a relationship? Let me start from here.
Why do women feel like men cheat more? I think that's because men get caught cheating more.
That is a fact.
So you're trying to say that ladies are sleep?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. Like most men that cheat, they cheat out of convenience, right? It's in front of them. It's easy to access. In my opinion, I'm not saying I know this for a fact, but I feel like, I feel like women, it's more of a premeditated thing. So when it comes to hiding or defending it, there was more thought into the action itself. So for that reason, they're more prepped to deal with the fallback of, getting caught or not getting caught. As a man, it's just like you wake up, you're like, I'm horny.
I want to cheat.
It's not even I want to cheat.
I mean, let's also. Go ahead.
Yeah, jump in.
I mean, we also got to think about it. Like, when a man cheats with a woman, if the woman says don't say nothing, the man's gonna keep quiet. When a man cheats with a woman and he's in a relationship or something's going on, like, okay, like now she starts catching feelings, and now we're talking about you need to leave your girl. Like, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen the other way. Like, no guy that's cheating with a girl in a relationship is gonna say like, you need to leave your man. Like, go ahead, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
That's
like,
for sure.
We'll keep this thing the way it is. It's stable. We're both happy. He's happy. You're happy. I'm happy.
Well, it's true though, because and I'm gonna stop after this so you can get your input. But think about it, right? A guy goes to a girl's house and he's obviously cheating, right? Before he leaves, he takes everything. He checks his socks, shoes, like he doesn't leave anything. You know what I'm saying? A girl, I don't understand how girls forget their panties. Because I'm saying you came there with them on. Like, I know you feel awkward leaving without them, right? Especially if you did something. Like, you have to feel something, right? Okay, your hair ties, like all the stuff that just be in places. I personally don't feel like. I feel like half the time it's just on purpose.
It's got to be on purpose.
There's no way you could.
It's got to be on purpose.
Bro, like
you're not that careless.
No way.
Like women, they got to be on their P's and Q's when they're out there in the world. They come in here and all of a sudden,
you got white sheets and shit. For sure, look, they know how to avoid putting makeup everywhere. But when you got white sheets, they head on until and they look. I was here. You know what I'm saying? Statements.
That's what it is.
No, that's mad funny.
Okay, but is it a lot?
I personally never did that. I haven't.
Just gave an idea.
No. First of all, I don't cheat, so I don't. If I'm dealing with somebody, yeah, I do shit like that. Like, yeah, I'll take a lash out, put it on the bed, be like, yeah. Like, but that's just me doing, like, being crazy. That's just me being crazy for no reason. That's what that is. But also, when it comes to men getting caught cheating more, it's because men know how to play their role. Like back, to piggyback off what he said, if I tell him, don't call me between 8 and 10, you're not going to call me between 8 and 10. The female, we're not going to listen because what are you doing? Why can't I call you from so and so? Like, that's just the crazy in females. And like, yeah, I do feel like things are premeditated with females, and then men think like, sometimes it doesn't apply to all women, but men feel like if a woman cheats, we have feelings for that guy. And sometimes that might not even be the case. Sometimes we just...
I believe so, too.
just want to, just cause. And that's not a valid excuse for a guy, because they're like, what do you mean just cause? Because I wanted to. Just like how you wanted to go do something, I wanted to go do the same thing. It doesn't necessarily mean I have feelings for him. it's tit for tat. Like guys can't handle what they dish out. That's really what it is.
Okay, you know what me I believe? A man can have sex with multiple girls without no feelings attached. Come back to his home, to his girl or his wife, and everything acts normal. But when a lady goes out, for a lady to accept you, to open her legs for you, she has sort of feelings for you. And by the time she comes back, it's not going to be the same.
I agree.
I see what you're saying.
I agree because I feel like for a man, like the act of sex, it's just an act. Like it's an impulse sometimes, right? But with women, it's a fantasy. It's a moment. You know, like women are always chasing moments. Like it's this thing, and she has to hype herself up to have sex with a man. So like,
See, in my opinion, that's accurate. But I feel like I think we're at a place now in society where we've kind of got to let that logic go too.
so
Like because I feel like I have 5 sisters and I have
That's a lot.
a few more cousins. Like we're all pretty tight, and so we all talk like about everything. And not saying my sisters do anything, but at the end of the day, like the bottom line is like we think that men think that because that's what we want to think. We want to create this sense of this island that women are on, where like it's uncharacteristic for them to do the things that we do because. You know, you never look at a woman and say, yo, you're a dog. But to us, we're dogs. And it's like, okay, cool. But like, women do this stuff the same way men do, as easy, as casual.
So you say that though, right?
Yeah.
But women have men lined up out the door waiting for a chance to crack.
Yeah, it's just
We
because
don't have that. We have to go hunt.
you're right. We have to go hunt. But just because they
She
have
has
access to
She
it.
has to
The
select you.
I like that.
And because she has to select you,
Yeah, what does that
she
mean?
has to like you.
Bro, when you open your phone to Uber
She
Eats
she has to
and you
look at
have
you.
500
She
shit
has
to
to-
pick from,
So if she has,
you
okay,
still
that's
gonna
a fair
pick
point.
one.
But exactly, but to pick that one, what made you pick the one?
Ah, shit, she wanted sushi at that time.
Nah.
You was sushi.
You're sushi. You're sushi.
Yo.
So is Fred. So is Ralph. So is Dave. So is Samson. Like,
Yeah, but look, real shit though. You've been at that point where like you pick up your phone, you're like, man, I'm bored. Because again, like you said, in my mind, that's how I do it. I'm bored. So I look at my phone, I'm like, all right, I don't even go to people's names. I might just look up like I know I went out, or I've been pulling some numbers. So I'm like, look, okay, the last 10 numbers I pulled, I sent all of them the same message.
Oh my god.
See?
Look,
women aren't doing that.
yes, they do.
Women aren't.
Tripping, bro. Look, they get bored and say the same thing.
They're not casting.
Bro, they cast, and guess what? It's not necessarily the first one. It's who responds with the best response.
So the lady in the room, let's hear it. Are women?
Push forward a little bit.
You and your friends, like, are they casting or they selecting?
I feel like we do have a line of niggas that's waiting,
Yeah.
right? Now, picking one, I don't really know. I just be like, if I see, like me, I'm more, if I see you and we vibing, I bet. I'll go out with you. We could go have some fun. If I don't like it, then I'm like,
That's it.
that's it. And then
Wow.
I don't like move down the line because I don't like niggas. Niggas get me tight. So I'm not, I don't have the energy to entertain multiple niggas at the same time because it's a headache. Guys are a headache. Y'all are a headache. Y'all are a headache. I
He's
understand.
having a different opinion.
No,
about
females are a handful too. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Don't get me
I'm about
wrong.
to say that.
But it's like y'all, like I don't know why y'all think the way y'all think or act. Why y'all act like that? Like why do y'all act like that?
You gotta be more specific.
Men, why do y'all act like men in general? Like why do y'all act like that?
Because
I
we're
mean,
men.
that was kind of self-explanatory.
No.
Why do men act like men?
No, why? Why? You see, women, we know why we act the way we act. Why do y'all act the way y'all act?
I think we don't act anyway. If I'm being honest with you, I think that when we act very practical. I think a lot of times because we act so practical, it becomes a problem for women.
No.
In my opinion, I feel like again, I think women do this a lot. You overanalyze situations way more. Like I said,
That is true. You're right.
We're simple. Like again, I'm not picking whether sushi, steak, or whatever. I'm just saying whichever one to answer first. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, a woman, it's based off the moment. like you said, you start thinking about characteristics. You're like, am I vibing with him? Is it this? Is that? Like, you start all those things to play. Like, again, it might be the time. It might be a Sunday. And so you like, man, the last time I kicked the dude was on a Sunday. We had Sunday fun day. He was cool. We had a good, you know what? Hey, I'm not even going to look at this list. I'm just going to go straight to this nigga. I know it's going to keep it cool with me. Whereas, like I said, the guy's just like, simple. This one, answer. So I think I think it goes back to the statement you made.
True.
I think men are so practical and women keep trying to give us more credit than we deserve and trying to think that we have some elaborate scheme or we plan stuff out. Like, look, that's why first thing, any man that gets caught doing anything, what are you doing? First thing, like, huh? I don't know. Like, look, we ain't thought that far ahead. You're like, and it's the same thing. So women, I think y'all a lot more sensible about how y'all do things. That's why, and y'all try to put that on us, which we just think. I mean, we got it, but we got it in certain parts of our lives, and that ain't the part of life.
But even if we throw y'all hints, like when it comes to like planning a date per se, we're like, oh, we want to go do this, and it'll be nice if like so and so. Like we give hints.
A man don't know how to plan a date.
No, and I'm giving you hints. I'm like, I want to go to the ice cream shop. You're like, okay, cool. Plan the date. Let's go to the ice cream shop. Oh, like I want you to take initiative. I'll be like, when are you like? Let's go to the ice cream shop. Okay, when are you available? Simple question that y'all can ask. When you want to go? We go tomorrow. I bet.
You try saying it a different way.
What do you mean?
So, men, and I'll be more specific. Nigerian men, for instance, this is a Nigerian man in the room, right? There's also that sense of wanting to be able to not feel like stuff was like the roadmap was given to them, right? Like you said, oh, I want to go to the ice cream place. I know me, and like for instance, my brother, the way we would think would be, okay, she wants the ice cream place. I'm not even going to mention ice cream. I want you to forget that you even said it. Because the moment I feel like you got comfortable or you feeling like, okay, you know what, he forgot about it, that's when I'm going to be like, yo, let's go to the ice cream place.
Okay.
But that again, is that not the expectation though?
Make sure that all
That's
her needs are met.
nice. Me, I'm very simple. I'm a simple female.
So
like that'll be very much appreciated. But I'm so simple. I'm just big on quality time. Like you ain't even have to plan a whole 8-hour day. Yeah, it's cool. But me personally.
So even with that, and going back to what you started this off with, recently I went on a date with a chick, and she tells me a lot of these guys in New York, you know, they're doing this, they're doing that, and it's like, bro, like, I just want some flowers, but you got me a puppy, right? Mm-hmm. That's what she said, right? And I respect that. But going back to what you said, it's like she said, I want flowers, maybe a coffee, you know, walk in the park, something simple.
Mm-hmm.
But all these guys are doing all these things to impress me when I really don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to, you know,
something simple.
Yeah, you know,
that's what I said.
simple,
I'm a simple female.
have a moment, right? Mm-hmm. But when she told me that if I go immediately to flowers, park, like, you know,
you're a broke nigga.
No, it
right.
Depends on the female. Nah,
right. That's one.
Nah.
And two, oh, he's a simp. I say jump. He says how high. Now she's like, he's sweet, but no like he's not spontaneous. Like,
all right, in the beginning stages, you're getting to know people. So in my opinion, I don't feel like as a guy or a girl, whoever's taking the person out on a date, I don't feel like the first date has to be expensive as hell. Like, because what if I don't like you?
I don't know you.
True.
Then what?
Yeah.
But so are we talking? So when the way I took it was right. It wasn't the first day. I took it based off the lineup, like people you already having conversations with, right? So, but if it's all first dates, I look. I don't care who you are. My opinion is, for the first date, we're going somewhere we can talk. Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
And inexpensive, because again, like I said, I'm not investing anything.
At the end of the day, like 15
when you don't
minutes
even know your feet,
right? And it's not about being cheap or nothing like that. It's just
15
like
minutes into this, I might want to be out.
Exactly.
bro, like, it doesn't take me that long to figure out if I like
I
it
don't
or not.
want to ruin, and especially if it's a restaurant that I actually like. I don't want to ruin the experience of the restaurant.
I'm not going to a restaurant.
But
We're not going to the restaurant.
But that's the point, though. You know,
where you going to?
Starbucks. and it's gonna be like Monday through Friday. Like during work hours, so I can expense that shit.
No, like I said, Starbucks.
Like you said, it's a business meeting.
Okay,
the majority.
Okay, I think let me ask you this question now: what will make you date on the first date?
It's it's short, but it's long at the same time. It's
That's what she said.
There's a lot of red flags out there. For me, number one, hygiene. Hygiene. If anything's off with the hygiene, I'm good. I'm super good. If you burp, if you fart, if your nails are crusty, if your breath is hot, if you smell weird, if something's not prim and proper, I'm good.
I'm sorry, you said burp? Nah, because I burp. And it's not. I'm so me on a first date. Like, I don't try to be fake. Like, I'm just so me.
When I say burp, we're all human. Right?
Nah, I burp like that.
No. I think what he's trying to say is, he didn't mean. I mean, he meant to say burp, but what he means is belch.
No,
like,
that's what I
was like.
mean.
Now, why are you doing that? Look.
It's not even check. It's not even check. I gotta use a restroom.
Nah,
I'm going to pay, and then that's it. The waiter's not gonna come back. I'm not gonna come back. You're just gonna be sitting at the table, like everything.
Not even with like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Like, she didn't even mean it. Like, it just came out. Like,
I mean, that gotta come before like it even processes in my mind.
He said,
I don't know about the burp part, but I feel you on the other side.
Okay. Your question. What? When it comes to a lady, what is a no-no for you? Like a deal breaker.
Man, that's a hard one, man. Because
anything goes.
Initially, for me, right? Like, because I'm very. It's hard for me to judge anybody right off the gate, unless, I mean, of course, we all have our physical attractions and stuff like that. But if I can get past the physical attraction, then I just let loose. I'm like, just do what you want to do until I find a reason to not. Right? Of course, the basic things, hygiene, right? If you spit while you talk, it's not fun.
that's mad.
Now, can you imagine this thing? Like,
That's crazy.
like, I gotta grab a face towel every time I go hang out with you.
Yo.
Let me have an umbrella. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I think my deal breaker though is like,
Sorry, guys.
Easiest way to me to put it is, it's just my piece. I feel like, and it's like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let me to you. I think I want them to be on a hot seat. It's gonna be like 30 seconds each. I want you to ask. You've heard them talk. You've heard them talk. I want you to ask each of them one question.
Oh
now
man,
you feel
I
that.
think.
Which kind of question? I'm gonna ask myself.
A question.
Sabi we speak in English.
What am I gonna ask now?
You've heard him talk. His mindset, his opinion about certain things. So.
All right. So no, I'm gonna just direct this to both of y'all.
Okay.
Can y'all take accountability? Because some men don't know how to take accountability, and they'll try to just deflect the situation on something else instead of being like, you know what, you right, so and so. Can y'all take accountability if y'all know y'all did something wrong?
You have to stress
You wanna go first?
ego.
Sure. I mean, no matter. Yes or no. No in the moment. And yes, if I've been given time to reflect on what's going on. I think that when things happen in the moment, emotions get in the way of stuff, and it's not even about being right or wrong. It's just about defending your stance, you know, because whatever got you to that point, unless you just knew you just fucked up. But if you felt like it's somehow, some way, like what your intent wasn't to get it to that point, you're going to defend your intent. And so I think that happens. But then we also need the time to sit back and say, well, I did leave her hanging, or I did do this, do that. And so, you know, how did that make her feel? Or how did that reflect back on her? Well, okay, you know what? I could see where she's coming. But in that moment, I can't think like that. I can't. All I hear is, yeah. So like, I can't slow down and think about and process all that. So I think in the moment, no. After the fact, if it's been given time, I think so.
I think to expand on that, I would say for me, it depends on the approach. So if the approach is there, like absolutely, like we're having a real conversation, you're approaching me with some sense, I absolutely, I have to take accountability, right? I'm not fucking crazy, right? But like Coach just said, like, if you're coming at me and we're going back and forth, like, there's gonna be some pride in the flame, right? So I'm gonna defend my position versus, you know, if you come at me in a proper way and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Also depends on the conversation because if, for instance, we start talking about something that I feel like I have a better understanding of, I don't want to take accountability. I feel like I'm lecturing you at this point, not necessarily like trying to just school you like as a child, but like I'm like, hey, this is the field of my expertise. So you can't just sit there and say, hey, blah, and I'm like, I'm going to accept it. You're going to have to prove to me that whatever I'm thinking, it doesn't suffice. And not in a bad way. It's just explain it to me to where I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? My point isn't valid. I think that doesn't happen enough because I think once the conversation starts, it's just that, again, you'll get more upset with the fact that I'm not taking accountability for something, and I'm getting upset because, well,
I'm not trying to hear you out.
Exactly. So
I fall under that category.
Yeah.
So with those 2 points and what y'all just said, like, women, I think, and I'm just speaking based off of my past experiences, women get caught up in men taking accountability when in reality, why do you need me to take accountability when we can just have a conversation?
Because it's one thing, because we can explain something to y'all and it can like just go in one ear and out the other.
But why can't we acknowledge it? But I'm not saying that we won't at the end of the conversation, but in the moment, why can't we talk it out and figure out what's really going on? And maybe I had some issues on something that led to this instead of me just taking accountability. Maybe you had some things that, you know.
You see, and this is when communication comes into play because I won't say, I'm very big on communication and I don't feel like men can communicate the way women communicate. And that's what like causes friction between relationships because communicating is not that hard to me. It's communicating hard for men. Is it hard for y'all to communicate?
I think men and women, men communicate with each other very well.
But with women.
That's what I'm saying. That's
why? Why can't it? Because bros is bros for life. Y'all niggas can have conversations for hours.
Or it's
bros before hoes, and y'all
emotions are involved.
Niggas be quick to link they bro before they link they girl sometimes, and it's just like, what's going on with the communication?
Because the bros is not stressing.
Yes, that reminds me. Why is that ladies will always want to wake you at odd hours to discuss issues?
Because they can't sleep.
I've never done that though.
I don't know
I'll have it in the back of my mind for when we up.
They don't. No, I swear to God, in a past relationship I was in, I could feel her just thinking about the shit that went on the past day. Like they can't sleep. They can't let it go. Like us, if something happened, deal with it tomorrow. You know, deal with it when it comes back.
I'll leave.
But with women, they can't move past it. They want to deal with it and address it right there and then.
Okay, this brings us to the end of this episode of Keeping It Real with Zaken. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
See you next time.
We out.